Hello everyone, today we are going to learn about global and local variables in the Python. So suppose I have a variable called a and value of a variable is 5, and suppose if I print this global variable a, so it will print 5. And suppose we have a function, this show function I'm printing the value of a, so it will print 5. So we are calling show function here, so execution will go to line number 5. Then here we are trying to access the variable a, and it first interpreter will try to find out a variable in the local scope, but a variable is not declared in the local scope inside this function. Variable a is not declared inside this function, so it will look for value of a in the global scope, and in the global scope it will find the value of a equal to 5, so it will print 5. And we can write here outside function value of a, it will be 5. So execution of show function is completed at line number 9. It will print value of a. Value of a will be 5 only here. So let's run this program and see the output. So initially we are declaring value of a variable as a 5. So a is declared as a 5 value. Then we are defining the show function. So show function is defined. Then we are calling at line number 8 show function. We are calling the show function. So show function will be called line number 5, and line number 6 it will trying to find out the value of a in the local scope, but in local scope a is not defined, so it will try to find out the value of a in the global scope, and in the global scope we have defined the value of a equal to 5, so it will print 5. So inside function a equal to 5 is printed, and this function is returning none values. Okay. Then line number 9 will be executed outside function a. Value of a will be 5 only. So it will print outside function a equal to 5. Okay. So we have seen the execution of this program. Here a is a global variable. And suppose if we try to have a local variable, so local variables are declared inside a function x is equal to 10. So what will happen here? Once when we call show function, execution will come to line number 6, x is equal to 10. So here we are defining the new variable, new local variable x, and value of x will be 10. So here x is a local variable because it is defined inside a function. So local variables are defined inside the function, and global variables are defined outside the function. Okay. A is a global variable, x is a local variable. Let's run this program and see the output. So a equal to 5 is defined. Then we have defined the show function. Show function is defined. Then we are calling the show function at line number 10. So execution will go to line number 5. Then line number 6 will be executed. Here we are defining x equal to 10. X is a local variable. So x is a local variable. And at line number 7 we are printing inside function a equal to a. So it will look for the value of a in the local scope. In local scope a is not defined. So it will look for value of a in the global scope. Global scope a equal to 5 is defined. So a equal to 5. So it will print 5. Then we are executing line number 8. So in line number 8, it will look for x value into the local scope. So local scope, it will find value of x is equal to 10. So in the show function, see here, this is the show function. In the show function, value of x local variable is defined as a 10, and a is present into the global scope, global frame. It is not present into the local frame. Okay, x is not present into the global frame. X is present into the local frame inside this show function. So value of x will be present inside the function only. So it will print x inside function x equal to 10. X is equal to. So then at line number 11 we are printing outside the function a equal to a. So outside function it will look for the value of a. Value of a is 5 in the global scope at line number 3. See here. So it will print value a equal to 5. Okay. Suppose after calling this function, we are trying to print the value of x also outside this function. We are trying to print the value of x. So it will throw an error. because value of x is not present into outside the function. Value of x local variable is present inside the function only. So x is not present outside the function. Let's execute this program. So initially value of we are declaring a global variable a equal to 5. So global variable a is defined as a global variable, okay? And we are defining the show function. So show function is defined in the global scope only, and then we are calling the show function at line number 10. So we are inside this show function, okay? And at in show function line number 6 we have declared the x local variable. So x local variable is declared inside the show function. It means x is a local variable because it is defined in the function only. It doesn't have scope outside the function. It has scope inside the show function only. See, x is defined inside the show function. Then we are printing value of a will be 5, and then we are printing value of x will be 10. Then execution of show function is completed. At line number 11 we are printing outside function value of a. Outside function value of a is present as a 5, okay? Then at line number 12 we are printing outside function x, and see in the global frame x is not present. X was present into the local function only, inside the local function, but local function execution is already completed, and scope of local function is exited once the execution of function is completed. So variables will be destroyed when the function execution is completed. So x is already destroyed. We have destroyed the x when execution of show function is completed. So show function doesn't have any value outside this show function, because x is declared as a local variable. So if we run this line number 12, then it will throw an error because x is not defined outside show function, and x is already destroyed because execution of show function is completed at line number 10 itself. See here, in the global scope a is present and show is present, but we don't have x in the global scope, so it will throw an error. Line number 12 will throw an error. So it is throwing an error because value of x is not present into global scope.